Love and Law excerpt. She was a bright child compared to her brother Nitin and did well in her studies but got no accolades for her performance. She lost her self-confidence. She sat in the Starbucks cafe, sipping her coffee and staring out of the window. The blood-stained knife lay next to her handbag, covered with her blue scarf. As she sipped her latte, her mind cleared. She did not feel a Lady Macbeth after the macabre act. She knew it was an end to her miseries. She reminisced about the life she had led. She was Destiny's unfortunate child. Born to parents belonging to the medical profession, but what a hypocrisy. She was the firstborn child instead of rejoicing on seeing a rosy, normal, fair-skinned child, they were upset. They longed for a son, our Indian mentality. They put her in the care of a nanny, who, to stop her wailing, sedated her with cough mixtures and pocketed the lump sum salary paid by her master. 2 years after her birth, the boy was born, her brother. The proud parents rejoiced and the family held huge celebrations, while this little innocent being looked but no one bothered about her feelings. Neha from an early age had seen the gender bias in the family. Food, clothes, affection, all were for her little brother. Her parents, though immersed in their professions, found time to pamper their son while Neha looked craving for their affection. She was a child compared to her brother Nitin and did well in her studies but got no accolades for her performance. She lost her self-confidence and found solace in one thing, and that was reading. She became a reader at a young age. She cleared her school-leaving exams in flying colors. Now a difficult decision had to be made. Coming from a medical background, her parents expected her to join the medical profession, but seeing the trajectory path of her life, she had no interest for the medical stream. She wanted to go in for law and work for women empowerment. Fight against the gender bias which she herself had faced. A revolt started in the family. This was the first time she had asserted herself. But in defiance, she took the law entrance exams and managed to procure a seat in one of the prestigious law colleges of the country. Being a bright student, she managed to get a scholarship for her studies. She joined college and started working hard to achieve her goal. Home for her was just like a paying guest accommodation. She ate, slept and went to college. She, being a shy girl, did not make too many friends. But her performance in college spoke volumes. One of her classmates, a boy, said found her company great. He befriended her and gradually they became close friends. At last she thought she had found a soulmate to share her joys and sorrows. Their friendship became the talk of the college. Both graduated in flying colors. She opted for litigation, while Sid opted for corporate law in a big company. Cupid had already struck both of them. since both had established themselves in their fields. They wanted to tie the knot at the earliest. Sid came from a Christian community. Neha's parents were against the match, but Neha was resolute about her decision. She married against her parents' wishes. She hoped Sid and his parents would welcome her with open arms and give her the love and affection she had been deprived of. A few months into marriage, Neha saw Sid's true colors. A philanderer and an alcoholic. Evenings were spent in clubs, pubs, drinking, dancing and throwing money. When Neha questioned him about this, he became violent and started beating her. Though a litigation lawyer fighting for women's rights, here she herself was being subjected to torture by a person who had professed undying love. She tried to seek a divorce, but paying a hefty alimony was not Sid's cup of tea. He wouldn't budge. She knew if she fought a legal battle it would take years to get justice. She wanted an end from this domestic abuse. Being a lawyer, knowing the law, she decided to take the law in her own hands and be an ideal for other women who watched in mute testimony to the torture subjected to them. One night when Sid came back after a heavy drinking session and demanded food, Neha could not take it anymore. She picked up the sharp kitchen knife and stabbed him in the stomach. He tried to hit her, but she developed courage and fought back, and the last blow snuffed the life out of him. She knew once the crime would be discovered she might get lifelong imprisonment. But she sighed in relief. She washed her hands. They didn't reek of the gory deed she had committed. She bathed, dressed, and took the incriminating evidence along with her scarf. Starbucks was just the place to celebrate a victory over evil. Love and law both had been accomplished on earth, as matches are made in heaven and solemnized on earth. Thank you for watching.